Hello. You can listen to me on your way to work, at work, during a break, or in your free time. Whenever you find a moment, I'm here. Today we will look at a simple and real story. It's about learning English and fighting the fear of speaking. Have you ever had this problem? You understand English very well when you watch a film, a series, or a podcast. Everything seems clear. But when someone speaks to you in real life, it feels different. Sometimes you don't understand. Sometimes you are afraid that the person will say something unexpected and you will not know what they mean. Or maybe you will make a mistake and answer in the wrong way. This is very common. It happens to almost everyone who learns a new language. And today I want to tell you a story from my own life. A story where I also made mistakes. Some years ago, I was traveling. I stayed in a hotel. I had a flight back to my country in the evening, but I needed to check out of the hotel in the morning. So I left my suitcase at the reception. In English, this is called to leave luggage at the reception or to store luggage. Later in the evening, I came back to the hotel to pick up my suitcase. The receptionist looked at me and asked me a question. She said something like, "Did you already leave your luggage?" Now, the problem was with the word already. At that time, I confused its meaning. I thought she was asking something different. So my answer sounded very strange. I said, "No, I want my suitcase." And that was not clear. The receptionist did not understand me. To make it worse, I then tried to explain more. I said, "Excuse me, I want bring up to luggage." My grammar was not correct. And the receptionist thought I was saying something else. The word to and the word to sound very similar in English. So she understood, "I want 2 luggages." She looked at me and thought, "This man has 2 suitcases, not 1. She even called another person from the hotel staff to help. They started looking for 2 suitcases. They could not find them, of course, because I had only 1. At this point, I felt embarrassed. I wanted only to take my suitcase. But because of my mistakes, they were searching for something that did not exist. Finally, I explained with my hands. I pointed, I smiled, I used body language. And then they understood. In the end, we all laughed about the situation. It was funny, but it also taught me something very important. Mistakes are normal. Misunderstandings are normal. Even if you speak English every day, it is not your first language, and sometimes confusion will happen. So what can we learn from this story? First, don't be afraid of mistakes. People will usually understand you, even if your grammar is not perfect. And if they don't, you can explain again. You can use simple words, or even your hands and gestures. Second, learn from your mistakes. After that situation, I learned how to use the word already correctly. I practiced saying, "I have already done it." "Have you already eaten?" "They already left." Now, when I hear this word, I understand it better. Third, practice listening in real life. Movies and podcasts are great, but real conversations are faster, less clear, and sometimes surprising. Try to listen to real people when you can. Go to events, talk to colleagues, or even practice with a friend online. The more you listen, the more comfortable you will feel. And finally, remember this: communication is more important than perfection. My sentence in the hotel was not perfect. In fact, it was wrong. But still, in the end, the receptionist understood me. We solved the problem. That is the goal of language, to communicate. So next time you feel afraid that you will not understand, remember my story. Remember that even if you make a mistake, the world will not end. You can laugh, you can try again, and you will learn. Learning English is not about being perfect. It is about progress. Step by step, mistake by mistake, conversation by conversation. You don't need perfect English to start speaking. Just try, make mistakes, and learn from them. Thank you for watching. Good luck with your English journey. See you next time.